We've always preached ways to automate parts of your business, to alleviate the burden and to level up what an agent focuses on. And we're actually recommending that our customers, that our agents de-automate parts of their business now, or spend more time with the most deserving clients, the clients who are deep in the pipeline and ready to go.
Welcome to another information-packed episode of the Waking Up to Win podcast series. I'm your host, Mark Pessin, Chief Learning Officer at Realty ONE Group. We are proud to have aligned with industry leaders and our own industry experts to provide you messages which are relevant, timely, and shared in a way to empower you, the real estate professional, to experience today's challenges as true opportunity. So today I have with me Andrew Flachner, who is co-founder and president of RealScout. RealScout is one of the tools that we offer our real estate agents, and one that I'm particularly excited about. I just think that there are so many applications and ways that we can begin to use this tool. Andrew, I appreciate you being with me today.
Thanks, Mark. Good to be here.
So I'm going to jump right into it because I've got a number of questions that I wanted to get your thoughts on and your opinion on. I know that you work with real estate agents around the country. So my first question to you is, how should real estate professionals be thinking about the economic impact of the coronavirus?
Sure. So I think this pandemic is devastating. And I know this interview is not about the health impact or the morbidity rates of the coronavirus, which unfortunately speak for themselves. But, first off, I think it's worth saying my thoughts are with anyone who's listening, who's been impacted in any way. When it comes to the impact of or the economic impact, I should say, for real estate, weeks ago, I woke up wondering if the coronavirus was the worst thing to happen to the businesses of our customers. And then I challenged myself to consider how the current market conditions could be approached by our customers in ways that will strengthen their business. So when it comes down to it, I think there are three areas of concern for real estate professionals. First, keep business flowing in the short run, right? Because if you lose engagement on your pipeline, it's going to cost a lot of money and effort to get that pipeline flowing again. Two, which is related to the first, is how do you prevent your book of business from shrinking? And then finally, how do you ensure a quick recovery once the conditions in the market stabilize? And they will stabilize. It may take months, but we will return back to normal. And it's important that you are ready to accelerate in that rebound. In all three of these cases, by the way, I think client engagement is just critical during a period of market disruption like we face today.
Yeah, that's very much what we're preaching to our agents as well, is just staying connected to their population of, customers, their database, their sphere, and just make sure that they're staying front and center. Could you share a few strategies for addressing the challenges of the pipeline retreat?
Sure. Yeah. So I want you to visualize your pipeline. If you're an agent or you're a broker, think about your pipeline. In any case, you have potential, opportunistic, and serious clients, right? The potential clients are the ones who maybe aren't looking to buy or sell right now, but they certainly have some type of loyalty to you. Then you have your opportunistic clients, and those clients are actually ready to transact if the right circumstances presented themselves or they have the right guidance from you. And then you have your serious clients, right? That's the third category. It's usually the smallest, but it's the most important. These are clients who are ready to transact immediately, and they've already made a commitment to work with you. Now, we all know what this pipeline looks like in normal times, but when you have a market disruption like we're facing today, you have this great pipeline retreat, as I'd call it. And what happens is you have folks in your pipeline who used to be serious who are now going to become more opportunistic, more in the sitting on the sidelines waiting for the right circumstances, or maybe even having your serious clients become potential clients, which is not great because your clients who used to be raring, ready to go are now maybe not as interested in buying or selling. And we can't afford to have that happen in our business. So one of the strategies we've been thinking a lot about at RealScout is we've always preached ways to automate parts of your business, to alleviate the burden and to level up what an agent focuses on. And we're actually recommending that our customers, that our agents de-automate parts of their business now, or spend more time with the most deserving clients, the clients who are deep in the pipeline and ready to go. And so what that might look like in practice is, I think everyone listening to this interview is setting clients up on a property alert. Maybe that's from the MLS. Soon it may be RealScout. But regardless of where you're sending an alert, that's one of the staple tools for real estate agents, right? I set up my client on a property alert. They're going to get emails every day. That's fine. But there's a way to improve that workflow in today's time to kind of emulate that high touch collaboration that we know our business is predicated on. So think about it this way. What if you were able to conduct a live, almost buyer consultation or refine a property alert with a client by sharing your screen and using Zoom? So whatever you use to set up a property alert, whether it be the MLS or whether it be RealScout, light that up on your computer, share your screen with a client, and whether it's your first time meeting with the client, so buyer consultation, or if it's, hey, let's adjust your criteria in real time together, that's a great way to kind of de-automate the business, to have it be higher touch while still maintaining a high tech functionality.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how that would be highly impactful for your customers. And I know that you're already a strong proponent of this, but how important from our agent's perspective is it for them to have a robust online property search capability?
So it's a complicated question because I think a lot of times when agents think about home search, I think a lot of times when agents think about home search, they think about an agent website where they cram an IDX widget on there. No one ends up using it, and it's a waste of time or a waste of money. And I agree with that. There's a different part of the funnel that I'm more concerned about, and that is the part of the funnel where an agent and client are already working together. How do you engage buyers who already trust you, who have already committed to you in one way or another? Today, agents are setting clients up on a property alert from the MLS, which in most MLSs leaves a lot to be desired. And so oftentimes what happens is consumers end up on the national search portals where they get distracted by advertisements for other agents or they get fatigued. And the worst part of this is that as an agent, you have no visibility into what your clients are searching for. So I meet Mark at an open house. Mark, great to meet you. I'm going to set you up on a property alert. Next thing I know, you're searching on Zillow, and I have no visibility into the fact that you said you were searching in Irvine, and now you're searching in, Palos Verdes. I have no visibility into how that transition is taking place. So do I believe it's important to have a robust online property search? I do, but it probably takes a different shape than agents are used to. It's less important to have property search that is on your website. It's more important to invite your clients to an agent branded search experience that competes with the experience consumers have come to expect on the national portals.
So it sounds like you're talking more about the actual home buying experience. And I guess the question would be, what are home buyers really looking for in that buying experience?
Well, they're looking for a few things. First, they want a robust experience, right? So they are used to getting what they want with great technology, whether they're using another broker site like Redfin or whether they're using a national portal like Zillow. And you do not want the experience to drop off precipitously as soon as they meet you. In other words, they're having a great time on Zillow. They meet you at an open house. You set them up on a property alert from the MLS. You may disappoint them immediately. You want to make sure that you maintain or even improve the experience that they've come to expect on those other sites. So what are buyers looking for? Well, they're looking for a seamless workflow. What they're not looking for is taking a link from some national portal, sending it to you so you can drive back to your home or office, light up the MLS, log in, and get the information your client was looking for. They're looking to use the same technology you use and to have that experience not let them down. So home buyers are looking for that seamless workflow. They want to use the same software as their agent, and they want it to be powerful. They want it to be professional, and they want it to be up to date. They don't want to see expired or out of date information when they can get more current data elsewhere.
So how does RealScout deliver the type of experience you're describing?
So we started by rebuilding home search from the ground up. This is a process that we started almost 8 years ago now. And we raised tens of millions of dollars in venture capital and put that to work for agents. We put that capital and countless hours of engineering hours behind our customers, which I think is rare for a real estate tech company. A lot of real estate tech companies are looking at ways to disrupt the industry or turn it upside down or disintermediate the agent from the transaction. We saw a much bigger opportunity for our customers and for our company to work together and empower them to deliver a great experience. So how does RealScout do it? Well, we start with an agent branded search experience that is powerful, has current listing data and uses functionality or boasts feature sets that you just haven't seen before. A good example of that would be a client who likes 2 or 3 listings can compare them side by side, and we automatically put the photos of the kitchen side by side, the bedrooms, the bathrooms side by side. So it's a really beautiful and intuitive way to search for a home. And that doesn't require any agent input. It doesn't require that the listing agent designated which photo is of a kitchen or a bathroom. We use artificial intelligence to make that process hum automatically.
That's very cool. And actually, that's one of my favorite features of having spent time in RealScout. I think that side-by-side comparison is such a cool experience for a home buyer. You obviously, are working with agents and brokers around the country. If you could offer some advice right now, what would you say real estate agents and brokers should be doing today to win in the current market conditions?
Sure. So I think in addition to what I talked about earlier, I can offer you a bit of a sneak peek on what's to come with RealScout. In a market like we face today, where we have market disruption, oftentimes what happens is the market freezes. And the reason why the market freezes is because sellers are lacking market confidence. Sellers often rely on economic signals. They rely on a rising or steady property prices. They rely on feedback or popularity of their open houses or their listing marketing. Today, they're not getting any of that, right? The economic sentiments are shaky at best. The idea that property values are rising or are steady, I think we're starting to see some cracks in that promise. And when it comes to feedback from open houses or feedback from listing marketing, oftentimes that's non-existent because depending on what city you live in, open houses aren't even a thing right now. And so what we're starting to do is we're starting to reveal buyer behavior from across our entire network of brokers and agents using our platform. What's nice about this is you can see how the buyer activity has changed in your market. And you can use that to illuminate some of these concerns that a seller may have. If a seller thinks that there's no market for her listing, you can now come to the table with data and saying, you know what, there has been a slight hit in San Francisco, but it's only a 6% hit on buyer activity. Or you can test the market and say, hey, you know what, if we decrease the list price of this home by 4%, we can capture 10% more of the buyers. So again, it's de-risking the proposition of selling one's home if you have this transparency, if you have this data. So that's a sneak peek of what's to come. I think at the outset, it's important for agents to engage and captivate their buyers. But in the coming weeks, in the coming months, there's going to be more features we're going to announce that will help lend transparency to the marketplace. So a seller and the seller's agent have complete transparency with what buyers are searching for, how their tastes are changing, and what price point they're looking in.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a really powerful tool for an agent to be able to consult with their clients. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. At this point, how should agents stay in touch with you or keep up to date on what's happening with RealScout?
Sure. So definitely look out for some communication from both RealScout and Realty ONE Group. You're also welcome to keep up with RealScout on social media. We post most regularly on Instagram at RealScout, or me personally, A Flachner, which is AFLACHNER.
Perfect. Andrew, this has been fantastic. I appreciate you sharing this information with us. I know that our agent population is already excited about having access to RealScout and more to come. So thank you for this today. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mark.
And as always, a big thank you to our growing audience of podcast listeners. Thank you for staying connected to us and to each other. Remember, my friends, by working together, we will achieve greater success faster.